yeah, so after adding some data, so now what we just want to do is try to build the front part. So just going to first build the front part. You can try to add some data for products, categories, coupons, and whatever. But as I was adding, I was feeling really like taking more time, so I tried to leave it. I will maybe do it in some other time, but you just try to add some data. So far I have some. If I check, I have some data. If you just go to our API, for instance, if you check on our API categories, like API, and then you search for like categories, you'll see that I have so many categories that I added before. So you can just go ahead and add some data for maybe working with it. But we start first to design the UI. Okay, so you can also have a lot of like really categories and so on and so forth. So I'm just going to switch to this website, and this is the front end we'll be trying to modify. So we'll be using this as the main. Okay, we'll be using this as the main website. As you can see, it has almost everything like we need. It has the community. So this is the previous version. I used Next.js to build. Okay, so just going to try to rebuild same kind of thing like this. Okay, we'll keep it so we'll keep it so simple, and with the normal architect. For instance, we might just not use these models. We might just instead send someone to the login page, okay, or to the register page. Okay, so when someone clicks here, we can just send them to the register page, or in fact to the login page, whereby they can sign in, or if they don't have an account, they can register. Okay, so yeah, we just use the same thing. Then for this one, we can also create this. We can just, this one, if wanted, we can create a model. We just look at that. If we just need a model to create, we can just go ahead and create a model. And even for this the cart, if you want, you can create a model, or we can just actually simply link to we can just link to the cart page. Okay, yeah, so let's just go ahead and start. So just start with this navigation. Okay, so start with this navigation here. Now the navigation has the search, has the logo, search, and then these links here we have. So the first thing I'm just going to do is, if I just go back to my code, we have everything in place. So I'm just going to do is go ahead and in the components you can create, in the front end you can just go ahead and create this navbar. So I'm just going to say navbar.jsx. okay, and just say RFC, and now okay, so just go here and I just write navbar, just like that. So if I just go onto this, I'm just going to create a layout. So in the front end here, we need to create a layout. Remember, in the back office, it has its own layout. This one, okay. So far this default layout. So if you can see, we'll be having 3 layouts. We'll be having this first layout that is inside the app. So this this layout that is inside the app is just having the providers only. Okay, is only having the providers. So wherever we have a provider, we'll be adding it in the providers and to be put onto this main, and that's the only purpose we want it for. Then in this in the front end, we're just going to create one more layout that is going to consist of these they said all the navbar and the footer, they will be onto this layout that will be inside here. So I'm just going to create a folder called layout.js, or you can even be JSX, whatever you just need, it actually works. And then just go ahead and say RFC. Okay, and then here I'm just going to say layout, just like that. And of course, one thing you should just know, it takes in the children because to be wrapped around the pages. And then here you can just come and render these children just like that. And then now here we can just add actually the navbar. Okay, so if you just say here, you say navbar, just like that. And you can see we have navbar on the back office and navbar on the front, so make sure you choose the one of the front, or you could just go ahead and give it a different name, or maybe you call it a header or something. Okay, I'm just going to use the one in the front end, as simple as that. Now if we just go back to our website, I'm just going to go and to localhost 3000. Now you can see this one, of course the layout at the back office will not be affected. Okay, so if you just go back on this, you can see now we already have navbar here. And even if I try to check on the register page, okay, if I just go to the register page, you notice that now this navbar is there. Okay, you notice that the navbar is now actually there, which is really nice. Okay, so moving on is that we want to make this navbar to at least look like this. So it has the logo on the left, it has this search bar, and it has this one. Now I already have a search bar. Now to see it, I'm just going to simply connect this search bar here so that we can just actually talk about it. I'm just going to come here on this, and maybe I'm just going to put a link. Just put a normal link for now, saying maybe logo, and then down here I'm just going to add my search bar. So I have this component called search form. I'm just going to take you through that search form in a second, but I'm just going to do like this, and let's just first look at it. So if you just go ahead and go back here, you just see just you wait and see. So if I just go to this, I just first see it on the screen. So okay, so now yeah, this is how it looks like, just like this. Okay, now I'm just taking you to the search form. It is not a big deal, I just got it from you can also just go here on Frobyte. So I'm just going to say so Frobyte, just like that. Just go to Frobyte, and then we just going to search for. So if you just come here on the Frobyte, simply search for the search. Okay, search input, and then if you just go to the one I used is this this one. I used this one. Okay, if you see how this one looks like, okay, this is just like this one. Okay, that's good. So next, what I just want to show you is this. It is just simply a form. A search is always a form, and it has a label, and then it has this the search button. It has the search input, and it has also the button for the submit. If you just look at the button, it's of type submit, and it is the one that is having the icon, search icon, plus this search. Okay, and then this is this part here. Okay, and then inside here we have the input text. Okay, and you can give it ID, that's no problem. And then you can just go ahead and have these classes. I simply just changed the classes. Wherever we had blue, I just replaced it with lime, as simple as that. So that is this the search form. It is really not a big deal right now. You just have a label, and then it has the input, and then it has a button. Now after creating this small component for it, you can just come and plug it into the navbar, just like this. Okay, so moving on is the logo. Okay, so the logo, I downloaded this logo here. You can just add your own logo you want. Okay, so now actually just playing around with this navbar area alone. So it's not just like made, but we can just start just like building it slowly. For instance, I can add the link to the logo. Okay, I'm just going to add this, or I can just like be adding this one by one so that we just get quickly. I'm just going to start by giving it a BG gray. Okay, I'll just add it a BG gray of, just give this a BG gray. So just come here, BG gray 50, just to give it some small background. BG gray 50. Okay, BG gray 50, and you can just like be looking at this. Really, you can see that the header here has a BG gray like of 50, and then inside I just want to put this. Okay, I want to give it a max width. So this one, I just want to give it a max width where we have this logo and so on. If you just look at this, you see that there is this uniform line that's going to be from up. So that's why you just want to use a max width. So you can just simply plug this max width thing. Okay, so just come here and then just plug this flex items center, justify between py max width of 7xl. You can just hover there. This is 1280. Okay, but then we have mx auto to put this in the center and giving the paddings. So now looking at it, okay, so if you look at it, it is starting to get into shape, just like that. Okay, there is this logo, and then there is this one. Now okay, that's much better. Now we can just add some more things. Okay, okay, and now I'm just going to come here. You can just go ahead and add this link. So we have the search form. So I'm just going to add these two links, and never mind, you have just import this the logo. I'll just import it in a second. We already have the logo in the public folder. Okay, I have this logo here. So I'm just going to go ahead inside this. I'm just going to add here this, and then get this link, the next link, just like that, and then of course also the image. Get the next image, and let's get this logo. So import the logo, import import logo from dash dash, then dash dash, then you can add fabric, then you can add slash limi logo, whichever you have coded it. You can import your own logo, or you can simply download this from this link here. Now all these links are in this they're in this thing here. If you scroll up, all the links that we're using in this in the video, I will always put them under resources here on top. You can just click like on the refinement.com and you can use that logo if you want. Okay, so moving on. So if you check right now, we have the logo and then we have the search. Okay, now if you just see here, I gave this search a flex grow. Now the purpose of the flex grow, if you hover on it, it gives it flex grow of 1. That means that this one has ability to expand as much as it wants. That's what it means. Okay, if you just look at here, this search has always been given a freedom to expand. Okay, it can expand as much as it wants. Okay, so now moving on here, we need to add some icons, including the one of the dark mode and light mode. Okay, since this one is going to have dark mode and light mode. Right now we are currently in dark mode. Okay, we are currently in dark mode and we have to change that. Okay, so I'm just going to, and by the way, this is supposed to be the color in light mode. I don't know, in the dark mode it's supposed to change. If I just go here where we have BG gray 50, now this is supposed to be in light. So if I just say dark, I don't know if it's supposed to be BG slate. I don't know whether it should be like 800 or 900. Or we could just say in the dark mode is, we just say here like lime. Just need to like I don't think that does not make sense in any way. Okay, let me just first stick to whichever. We're just going to be trying to see what would be the favorite, what would be the best color in the dark mode. So but right now let's just first go with this. Okay, and now moving on, I'm just going to bring in the icons. Okay, so I have these 3 icons, and yes, I have these. If you check, we have this login icon, help icon, and the shopping cart. Those 3 icons. Okay, so just have those 3 icons. So, and they are going to be like links. So I just have the flex, and I can first put this one here. Okay, so after this, where I have this this link, I have the search, and then down here I'm just going to have, before I put the icon, I'm just going to have the flex, even a gap of 8, just like that, and then add this icon. Now this can be argumentative whether we should make it a link or a button, but I'm just going to show you in a second. So right now I'm just going to import this user from Lucid. Okay, make sure you import the user from Lucid. Okay, so you can see this icon is here. Okay, now in the dark mode we need to give it some different color. Okay, so in the dark it should have text slate maybe 100. Okay. Okay, so yep, so you can see it has changed, and this is this login. Now we can have the help in the same way. We can have this the help. Okay, so just have this help here. So we can just have this help. Where is the help? So down after this icon here, this one, we can just go ahead and have this help here, just like that. And then get this icon, help circle, from Roasted. Okay, so now if you just go ahead, you can also give it the same color. In the dark, we can just have in the dark to have this one for now. Okay, so another icon we need just to bring in is the one for changing the dark mode and light mode. Now we have the same icon here. We have this one for this. I wanted to make it a drop down. I don't think it is really necessary. We can just keep it as simple since we are going to use Redux. Just going to make this one a link so that if someone clicks it, it takes us to the cart page. As simple as that. I'm just going to make it a link. Even this one will be a link taking to this to the login page. Okay, so I'm just going to simply just go to this, just to make this one to be a link, and it takes to the href of login. Okay, now for the help, we might just need to make it a pop-up, and yes, add one more link for this. For the cart, I'm just going to get that for the cart here. Just get this like this. So after this help button, we have this. I'm just going to make this on another side a link. Just going to make it a link with href taking to the cart page. So just say cart, as simple as that. Okay, so now if we check, we need to get this shopping cart icon. Now this one is having a notification. This one we have already done that already. Okay, you can just go ahead and also search it here, but we already did it in this in the backend. If you remember very well, you can just go ahead and copy it from the Navbar. That's where I did it. So if you just go to this components, back office, and you scroll down to this Navbar, you realize we actually already have somewhere whereby we actually put this. If you saw somewhere, I don't know, the notification, I think it is just here somewhere here. Okay, so just simply copied this and then I used it. Okay, so we have now this shopping cart. Okay, which is okay, looking good right now. Now what I just want to do is add one more icon. Okay, I'm just going to this the theme button. Okay, so after this, I'm just going to add this theme switcher, this one. Okay, so after this link here, after this, we could just add it after this here. After we have added these more links here, I don't know, either you add it outside here, let me import it. We already worked onto this button. This is the one that is switching the theme from dark mode to light mode using the next themes. So it should just now appear somewhere here. So now you can see we are able to toggle between the dark mode and the light mode. Okay, so that's great. We are doing so good so far. Okay, yep, I like it. Okay, so now going back here, this one, in the light mode, you can see that in this dark mode, I don't know where that one is coming from. Basically, let's first see when we switch the theme. Okay, you see the background becomes gray. Now either the navbar has to be, I feel like this, but I think this gray looks great. Then this one we can make it maybe white. Let me just go to the navbar. Then here let me just say white and see. Just to put some small difference. Yeah, so this one can be white just like that, so that it has some sort of a difference. Okay, it should have a sort of a difference. Okay, so that looks great. I have no problem with that right now. We can just keep on like modifying as we go. Okay, so now here where they say search mockups, we have to put search products, categories, and so forth. So just go back to this and go to the search form, and just on the input we can just come here on the input and just put this placeholder, and we see that you can search for search products. Okay, you can search categories. I don't know if you just like markets, or even you can search the what, I think that's it. You can search products and just like that. Okay, you can just change the placeholder. Okay, so we are now good. Okay, you can just go back like here to this localhost, and then we have this right now. Okay, so actually I think they said it had its own background, I guess. Okay, so right now what I'm just going to do is start working onto this some of these different parts. Okay, we could just go ahead and just like when someone clicks on the login, we take them to the login. You could just quickly create here this the login page. We have the register. We could just simply duplicate, copy, and just go to this front end and paste. Just rename this one to login. Okay, and then you just go to this page. We can change a number of things, for instance this page to login. Okay, and instead of using the the register component, we are just going to use the login. So I'm just going to here where we have register, I'm just going to duplicate this to be login. So copy and let's paste. Okay, so I'm just going to rename this to login form. Okay, and then just change this also to login form. There is no need of a role, so here so far we don't need any props. Okay, just this is just a form, and down here we need only the role. We don't need the role, just remove this. We just need the email only and the password. So we have the email and password, only those two fields are enough. And we just say here already don't have an account, so here you can just say don't have so you just come here and say change the English, don't have an account, so just here register. So just simply here change this to register, and then here just going to be the register, just like that. Okay, and that's it. So we have here on the login, we have the email and password. Okay. Okay, so now some of these things we will not need them. Okay, some of these we will not need them, but we'll just do that part when we reach it. Just right now, leave it as simple as that. Okay, leave it as simple as that. So we have already the login form. So I'm just going to go back to this page, or the login page. Okay, instead of the register, just simply remove this and bring in the login. Okay, bring in the login form, as simple as that. Just going to change here, remove this part here of the login, or the register, sorry. Okay, so we just have this one done. If I just go here and I click on this login, let's go to the login page and see. So you can see on the login, we simply have now, I'll change the title here to, I just look for this login to your account. So this one to be login to your account. Okay, can just say login to your account, and these fields, they look extremely big. I don't know why. Let me just first go back to the inputs. They really look like so big, these text inputs. I don't know why the padding is that big. So just go to this padding and change it back to 3 is really big. Okay, you don't need just, okay, yeah, this is much more better. Okay, yep. So we have this this button has changed to also to login. So on the login page, just simply come here and simply say login. What is it? Wait a second, sorry. The button here. So this one is going to be login, and signing you in. So here's going to be like signing you. Please wait. Okay, so that's base, that is okay. Okay, so even this button, I just think that button is also huge, so you can just go also on this submit button. Wherever we have the padding, just change this padding, leave it 2, and just go down here, padding, just padding this padding back to 2. Okay, just this to make, yeah, so that looks much better. Okay, okay, that's great. So don't have an account, you can register. Okay, or you can just log in, so we have this already working as easily as possible. Okay, now if you don't want this logo and I feel like this logo is really not necessary, I'm just going to remove it. Okay, just go to this, and this part here where we have this logo is really not necessary. Okay, where we have this, and let me see, log into your account, create. So this part here is okay. Where we say log into your account, this part here of the logo is the one which is weird. Okay, and on the register as well, just leave only the heading because we already have the layout having the logo, so you can just take off that part. Okay, let's see now. Okay, so yeah, this looks elegant. Okay, it looks elegant, and then even they just go to the login and see. So on the login, this also looks really elegant, and it works really well. Okay, and in the dark mode, I think, yeah, even the dark mode looks great. Okay, we can just create an account, can log in. Great. Okay, now I don't know if it is necessary that we make our navbar to be fixed. I don't know if I made this one fixed. Not really. Okay, so there is of course making this responsive. I don't know if I should worry about that right now, making the navbar responsive. I'm not going to worry about that now. I don't know if I should make this as a pop-up the way it is here. So the login, we are done. The only thing is this one. I'm not sure if I should make it as really as a pop-up. Okay, I could make it to be a pop-up, or you could just like make it as a header page. I don't know, but we could just like try to make it a pop-up, and we can use React, Frobite React. Let's just try it out. Okay, you can just say Frobite. Okay, this time put Frobite React. Now Frobite is really nice. It has this. My internet seems to be not on right now. Just give me a second. So Frobite is good enough to set up. It has the Frobite. It has the Frobite, the normal Frobite, and then it has also Frobite React. Okay, and the Frobite React has the same components, but this time in React. Not all components, actually, few of them, but most of them are there. Okay, you can also just try it out. You can just also just like come here. You can see it has the same things, like it has accordions, alerts, badges, avatars. All these the same components they have their side, they have them here. I think I also like this. They have a very nice date picker, guys. If you are ever They also want us to make a booking system. I think this one is a nice one. Okay. Then they have list groups. They have even these navbars. If you wanted, you could just get from their navbars. I think we will also get a footer from them. We'll not also with a footer. Then they have a table. Okay. We have all these things here. They have those two tips. So right now what we just actually need is if you look at their date picker, okay, if you look at this date picker here, this is really nice. Okay, this is really nice. I like this. Okay, you know, if you just even, you can change even the language. You can just see this is really cool. This is a nice component. I like it. I might just like make a video about it in the future, showing you how you can use it for booking. They have here the nav bars if you want. Just first see if they don't have the one with the search. Okay, I think this is a drop down. They have even this which has like a drop down here. Yeah, so, and the good thing, they are considering Next.js. You can see here, use client. So, and they also even have it on the server if you want to use it on the server or even on the client in any way. Okay, so what we need from here was a pop-up, in fact a model. So just say like a model here. Okay, so just going to click on this model. Okay, so they have this model. Just like look at this basic one. Okay, now before you do that, you have to install it. Okay, you can duplicate this and then just go to getting started, introduction, and you can just come down here and you need to install it. Now to install it very well, you can just install following React, Next.js. You click on Next.js and then they will give you the installation steps here. So the most important thing you have to install is the Flowbyte, because Tailwind and Post CSS and Auto Prefixer, they are already installed. So install Flowbyte and Flowbyte React. I think I already have them installed. Let's first confirm. So if you just go to package.json, I don't know if I already have them installed, like Flowbyte. You can see here I have Flowbyte and Flowbyte React. So just make sure run npm install Flowbyte and Flowbyte React. Then and then another thing is in the Tailwind config, you have to add this. Okay, you have to add this node modules Flowbyte React. Let me just copy it. I don't know if I have this. Just copy it and just go to Tailwind config, scroll up to where we have these content. Yes, I already have it here. So node modules Flowbyte React. Then next is replace. Of course we already have this. Now the last one is start using there's one more step, putting the plugin. Yes, so you see here, after replacing this, you have also to put this plugin of the require Flowbyte plugin. So just copy it and bring down here where we have plugins, and make sure you have this require byte plugin. Okay, so after doing that, now we can just try to use this model. Let's just try to use it, and you can see they're saying it is use client. Okay, so it is on use client, and the navbar so far, I think it is still server side. If we wanted to make it to keep it server side, we'll just come here where we have these icons. Okay, then just call it help pop-up model. Just copy this. Okay, in fact, I'll not just copy everything, I guess. Okay, just come back, just come here in this front end, make sure in components, front end, and let's just say here, and just going to call this one as the help model dot jsx, and let's just say, just go ahead and paste this. Okay, so I just want to do a few things here. The first one is to rename this component, and if you just look at it, is not exported. So just going to say export default function, export default function. I'm just going to call it the help model export default function help model, and then you have this open. The good thing with React, with byte React, their JavaScript here is really understandable. They use really common state, and there is no much things out of the blue. Okay, so we have this. Let's try to import this and see if it can work. So I'm just going to come and try to use this help model in our navbar. So in the navbar, where we have help here, I'm just going to down here try to put the help model just like that, and let's see what it renders here on the UI. Okay, so you have here this toggle model. So if I click it, and for some reason it is not actually working. Okay, so it is working now. So this is going to work. Is going to work for us. Okay, so even if we wanted to add the login as a model, I find the page is more comfortable. You don't have unexpected behavior, so just going to keep this. But for the help, automatically this can be better. Okay, so now what I'm just going to do is simply get this and plug it in here. Okay, so I'm just going to do, just copy this help here, cut it the way it is, go to the help model. Okay, so where we have this button. Okay, where we have this button, I'm just going to put this button here, and now to test it out, I'm just going to give the same things here for this on click. Let's give this on click to this normal button. Let's get this icon, and let's comment out this button of theirs, and let's see. Okay, so we have this. Okay, so still it is working properly. Okay, so just now we have this working. We can just now redesign this. We have this header. Okay, need help with experts, and then it has that closing icon. Okay, so just go to this model. Actually just in the model, so in the content here, here we're just going to see need help. So here, I don't know if I just copy that text. No. So need help, okay, with maybe with shopping or anything. Okay, just say here, talk to experts, talk to our help desk, maybe our help desk. Okay, and then let's start like working to redesign. Yes, see now. I just think it has not reloaded. Okay, just click on this. Okay, just wait first load. Click on this. Terms of service is still there. So as if is it saving really? And even all this body, I'm just going to remove this body. We don't need the footer, so just remove this footer altogether. And then in the body, we're just going to put here just h2 saying body. Okay. Okay, so yeah, so far this is how it looks like. Need help with shopping, talk to our help desk. Okay, so this is much better. Let's just work on it to add these contacts the way they are here. So we have basically 4 icons. Okay, I'm just going to simply use grid there. So I'm just going to come here and use grid. Okay, grid cores 2. Okay, and definitely maybe you just like that. And then for this, now we could just add these ones as links actually. So let's just say these ones are links. Now like for the tracking, in the future we might just like add the tracking mechanism. This one necessarily, just all of them make them a link and an icon. Okay, so since I already have a link and an icon, I'm just going to use on this. I think where is it? Yeah, just going to just add this the way they are here, a link and an icon. So I'm just going to come inside here and just add a link from next link, and then inside here just need to add an icon. So I'm just going to give this a class name. Just copy these very class names here and just add them here. Okay, now for the icon, here the first one is call. So you can just come here, we go to the lucid icons. Okay, and let's put the one for the call. Now there's this one for, I don't know if this is just supposed to be like headphones. There's this one of headphones, and how about earphones? They're not there. just use headphones. So here I'm just going to come in and say headphones, and then this one is going to be call, and then you have this this number here. I'm just going to say call, then you can add a number, not necessarily it has to make sense. Okay, that is a dummy number. Okay, so I'm just going to do this for all of them. Let's first look at how one looks like. Okay, my machine is freezing. Machine is freezing, guys. Let me just first wait. Okay, where are we? We are still on the help. Expects href. So this link, make sure you give it href. For now, we can just sit here, and then we just add this very number. Maybe just add this random number. Okay, and that one will just take away the error. These days the hot reloading, I don't know what happened to the hot reloading, but this takes like a significant amount of time. Okay, so let's just click on help. I know, so this just click. Okay, so you have this, not bad. So let's just give some gap here. So this link itself, items space x, I think just make it 2 here, and then yep, so that is great. Now we could just change this I guess we needed even a more small size than this. I just need to make it maybe a different color, the way these ones had, the way we had made it, I don't know. Okay. We could just like make it a different color, or we could just leave it the way it is. Let's change the icons. Okay, just to make them nice, just put these icons in a div dot flex dot items center dot width. Just make the width to be maybe 8 and height 8. and just say for now, for instance, bg slate, just say bg lime, like 100, just like that. And let's add this icon. Now this icon, we can just give it for it a class name, width of 4, height of 4. Now to make sure that it is centered, you're just going to give it also justify center, and I just give this one a rounded full. Okay, let's just see now how this looks like. Okay, let's just give this one to be the color of the icon, just need to be like text lime 800. Okay, so it has the icon. I think that one is much better. Okay, so we have the icon just like that. Okay, and then we can duplicate this. Okay, if you wanted, this could go up to 10. Let's just see. And then this one could go up to maybe 6. Sorry. Let's first look at it. Yeah, so yeah, this is good. So you could just go ahead and duplicate this link. Okay, could have 2, 3, 4. Okay, so just need 4. Okay, just like that. And let's go ahead and give a gap. Okay, I just give a gap of 6. Okay, so I'm just going to change the icons. So the second one is track orders with a track. You can just confirm here, track. Yeah, so we have track, and just going to see track orders. So on the second link, just put this one to maybe track / track, and then here just going to have a text of saying track orders, track your order. And then you can just change this icon to track. Okay, and then the third one, it can be returns and refunds. Okay, is returns and refunds. Just get the icon, return. Yeah, so you have this corner down left arrow, corner down. So just come back here. This one is going to be called corner down left, and this one is just going to be return and refunds. Okay, and then the last one is payment and limit account. So could just have also like the email, or we could even just say chat. Here's like this last one, let's make it chat. So I'm just going to come here and we might add a chat. Okay, so just going to have either this one or this one. Which one is nice? Okay, just add this message square. Okay, so I'm just going to add the message square. So the last one is going to be chat. Okay, and then here just going to add the chat square. Or was it called chat square? What? It is message. So this is message square. Okay, so we have this now done. Just go ahead and see. Okay, so we have this header thing looking great. Okay, so someone, if they tap on help, just change this help, you can see even on this they look amazing. So this is nice. Okay, that's nice. So we are done. Basically the only thing you can just work on is the cut. Okay, so the cut, you're not going to work on it right now, but you can just create its page, the cut. Okay, just go ahead and create this page, front, and you can just say new folder, you can just say cut, and then you can just add the page. And then you can just create that page and we'll leave it there. And just go and say here cut. Okay, just going to add a h2 here. Just wait, the machine is freezing right now. Let's go and add here welcome to the shopping cart. Okay, that's good. Okay, so now if we just go to cart, we just go and see. Okay, so you see we have this welcome the shopping cart. Okay, so that one we're just going to work on it some other time. Right now let's just focus onto this page. So moving on is this this part, the hero section. Okay, so we have this part which is having these. So these ones are going to be we might just use either these ones to be the markets or these ones to be the markets, whichever one to put on the site. Okay, so we'll have this the hero section, which is going to have two parts. So I'm just going to first say hero, so create a section here quickly. Let's go to the components, and in the front create a new file, call it hero.js, just like that, rfc. Okay, and then we'll have two parts. If you think about it, these ones, okay, we'll have these two parts, the sidebar and this one. Now on the smaller screen, we can just like hide the other one, and then we leave this this one. Okay, on the smaller screen we can do that. Okay, or we can just like see how we are going to, what we are going to do with them on the smaller screen, because we have to see how we can balance them. Okay, so now moving on, you have to just work onto these carousels and then this one. So on the sidebar we have a flex. I'm just going to give it a flex, and let's see. I think this one takes like a third, but if you think about it before we move very far, if you think about this thing we just gave here, this max width we gave to this, we have to do that max width on all of them. So this navbar has this max width. Where is it? And let me first try 6, and I see how 6 looks like. Just want to see how 6. Okay, I like we should just use 6. I just stick to 7 somehow. Okay, so this max width, we're just going to use it on all of them. So I'm just going to copy this max width and MX Auto. Just go to our layout. Okay, so they're just going to, not this layout, the one in the front end. So onto this layout, we just have to give all the children, we have to give them that. So all the pages, we're just going to put them into the max width to avoid repeating that code all the time. Okay, so I'll just come here and I say max width of 7 XL MX Auto, just like that. And this one will ensure that all our pages, they will be inside the max width. Okay, so that's great. I'm just going to go ahead and go back to these pages. Let me just close all these things here. I think the only one we need right now is, we just simply need the hero section. Okay, so the hero section, we can just have it in a flex. Okay, just like that. Let's say flex here. And the first part, I can give it a width of a third. And then the second one, maybe you can just give it a width. If wanted, we could just use also grid. I think we should use grid. I don't know. This one you can give it 2/3, just like that. So in the first one, this one is going to be the sidebar. So just going to say sidebar. And then this one is going to be the carousel or the slider, whatever. You just come and use this hero section. So just go to this page and this put this on top here. Just going to add hero. Okay, just like that. So we have now the hero section coming in. Okay, now we do not want this. What I'm just going to do is removing all this. Okay, and only leaving the mean height. I can leave the mean height, and these remaining things we can just leave them there the way they are, but you can just see, yeah. So this gives us a good picture. Okay, so to understand this, let me just go ahead, give this one a BG of like green, and let's give this one BG of like blue. Just to visualize this. Okay, so you could also just go ahead and give this in the layout here the padding Y if you wanted. If you want to go ahead and we are so much uniform here, let's say padding Y like of 6. Let's first see that. Okay, that one might just work better. So we have this, you can see text this, and then this one takes this. We can just go ahead and give a gap like of 8. Okay, so now we have this sidebar. Let me see. Yeah, that one will just work great. Let me just go ahead, start working now onto them. So this one, first of all, is rounded. We'll do the rounding. So you can just come on this and just say rounded. Just keep it on MD, and even the cursor, just going to round it to MD. Okay, now it has a header, so I'm just going to divide this into 2. So it has a header which is going to be like H2. Let me just start by giving it a class name. Just give it BG gray, maybe slate 100, and this one is going to be shop by category. Okay, here just going to say shop by category. Okay, and then let's give it some padding Y of 4, px of 6 maybe. I think px is like 2. Okay, they just see that. And let's put here some content. I will have here a div which will have like rolling. Okay, just going to add some rolling here. And let me just give the text here to be text slate 800 maybe for now. Okay, so we have this. Now the rounded onto the skirt, we just have to give it overflow hidden. So you give overflow hidden, we round it just like that. Yeah, overflow hidden. One more thing, that is, so we have to give it a border and a shadow. Okay, so we just need a shadow. First of all, just going to give it a shadow, a MD. In fact, there is where we have like a card. If you just go here and you see search for a card, you just see card, and then like there is this card flame. I think it has a nice shadow. So if you just come here and this is why they say they have a card with form inputs. Yeah, this is the same shadow it has. So I just going to only copy this. Okay, I just need to copy this other stuff up here. Just going to copy that. And let's give it to this. Okay, just give it like that. So we have shadow. Okay, and shadow MD. Let's just go with this shadow MD. Okay, so now let's just see how this one looks like. Okay, so yeah, it looks great. When this H2, we just need to remove the padding. So this padding for the have here, we do not need this padding here. Okay, let's just see now. Why is our width changing? Let's see. Okay, I just killed here. Sorry. So we have the BG, then we have a small border here, and then shadow. Okay, we still have this weird. Is it like a padding or something? Width, what ROG? Okay, these paddings here. Just remove those paddings. Okay, so now this looks great. Okay, in light mode, let's say in light. Yeah, so the color should be like BG. It has BG white. Oh, H2 has this one. Let's make this one maybe 50. Just first look at the 50 and see. I think the 50 is slightly more lace. Okay, so just come in. This is BG slate. We just take it maybe to 100, and just going to give this one bold text, just like font bold, or we could just even do some bold. Okay, yeah, that one works. And then like it's supposed to have a border. I'm not seeing how this border solid. Just have a border gray. Maybe just make it 400. it's too much. Let's make it 300. Okay, I think the shadow, just say here shadow. Okay, and then do you need like the just remove the shadow complete and I see. Okay, I think we don't need the shadow, just need the border. Okay, so now we have this. Then we have to give it also a border down here. So the same thing here. I'm just going to give it a border on this H2. Just give it a border bottom. Okay. Okay, yeah. So and then like padding is going to be 3. Okay. Okay, so I think that is perfectly fine with this. Okay. Yeah, and then just like start like giving it now this. So the first thing is to give it padding this inside here. So come down here. So this same padding we give here. Let's give the padding here. Okay, great. Now we need to pass in, of course, this something like this. I will get the image. I don't know what images do we have here. Go to public. Let's add 1 or 2 images from my downloads. So go here. I'm just going to pick one of these ones. Just add these vegetables. I'm just going to put it inside the fabric. Okay, I'm just going to put inside the fabric here. Okay, vegetables, I can import this. I can either import it or just use it just like direct, since it is going to be coming from the API. So we just come here. Now this, I could just make a card or simply just leave it like that. This is going to be a link. From next link, inside we will have an image. Okay, we'll have a next image. And just like that, just have this like this. I just have source, and let's say alt tag. Okay, so let's bring in the source slash vegetables dot png, and then they just say maybe fruits, whatever. Okay, so this link must have href. Okay, so this must have width, so you can just find out the width of this. So it has 556, so it has width width of 5, 5, 6 and 8, or 5, 5, 6. Let's give it a class name. So just going to have a width. By the way, this width we just specify here. Those who don't know, the width we specify here, this one does not really affect how it should look on the UI. What the purpose of this one is to find out the aspect ratio. So when the image is doing the rescaling, they know the size, the width and height of the original image, so that they maintain the aspect ratio under all circumstances. So here I'm just going to say width to be something like 14, and let's just say 8 also to be 14, and then just say rounded full. Okay, and then this is supposed to be a class. Just put inside here rounded full. You could of course also give object fit, just in case the image is not square. Okay, they just have this. If this is working, image source is missing width, really. Okay, so that's your image there. Okay, we could just go ahead and give it maybe a ring. Okay, give it like a border, then like border line. They just like to give it a ring. I don't know if that just like matters or not, but we can just leave it like that. Let's put the text. So it needs like a text, whatever, ready meals or something. So you could just give it some span, and I'm just going to say, for instance, vegetables. Okay, and then there is this one. We have to give it a class name. Just give it flex items center, and just give a gap of just like 4 or 3. Let's look at it. Okay, so you can just slightly reduce this one to something like 10. I don't know how 10 will look like. Yeah, I don't know if it is that is small. Let's make it 12 maybe. Okay, that's just like good enough. Now if you want us this, we could just add this hover effect. Okay, we could just add a hover effect if we wanted. So like we just go here and say hover, and then like bg slate, just say maybe deepen it to 300, and let's see that. Okay, I don't know if it is really necessary, but I don't know. Let me see this. Okay, just like make this one like maybe 100 or even 50. Let's make this one 50. Okay, and I just give duration like 500, transition, just going to give transition of all, okay, yeah, that is really minimal. And okay, and we could just give this whole thing instead of flex, you could just give it inline flex. I don't know if it should, just leave it like that, but we would give it inline flex. Now I'm just going to go ahead and duplicate this. Just go ahead and say Ctrl C. Okay, so just like that. Now we could just give it some height, and then we give it overflow. For instance, if it exceeds that height, let's just give it more. Okay, in fact, you don't just need to do this, just have like an array just here. I can just like have const okay categories. If wanted, we could just get them. Actually, we have them, but just going to first keep it a raw profile, but we could just have like an array with empty items. It doesn't matter, you're not just going to row, just need as many items as possible, just to assimilate what I want to do. Okay, just this one is like so many items. So now if I just come on a map, instead of writing all this HTML, just only leave one, just like this, and let's map through this. Okay, just map and just say categories dot map, and have here category is index, and then return. So just going to return here, so return that. I don't need to apply anything, just leave it at that. Just put a key here. Okay, just put a key of I, as simple as that. So you can see we have so many of them. Okay, so we don't want this, we need to give it maybe a height. Need to give this height, let's just say height of like, let me first do like 100 pixels. So if I give that, I just say overflow. So you can just say overflow Y, okay. If we just make overflow Y auto, I think should just like make it a scroll, though I don't know. Yeah, so you can see automatically they just make it auto, and then just like make this one like maybe 300 pixels. Okay, so I think this is just like a reasonable number, and at the same time, this one makes it very much possible to yeah. So far we have these categories. Now you could just go ahead and style this. These styles are coming from the scroll bar we gave, if you remember very well. We have the styles for the scroll bar. Let me just show you in a second in the styles. So if you just come here, styles in the main. Okay, so just here we have this scroll bar with a width of 10 pixels, the track, the handle, and all this. Okay, yeah, and that's how it comes to just look like this. Okay, I think that one just will work for now. Okay, to help scroll, if there are few items, let's just look at if there are few items. Since it is auto, I think if there are fewer items, since we have already designed that, if I just come here and I just reduce the items maybe to 5, okay, you will see that the height, since the height is auto, the scroll bar goes, and then the items are just like that. Okay, so that's the good thing with the scroll bar auto, is that it's going to determine if it should go to the scroll or not. Okay, so moving on, we just now need to put the slider this side. Okay, so here now, I guess in the dark mode this looks very terrible. Okay, first of all we need to give a, where is these items? These ones need to be, we'll just say flex core gap of 4. Let's just look at this. Okay, so now they have some gap at least, and then the colors, this, let's just work on this. Just going to, how should it look like really in the dark mode? You know, you're supposed to think every time you're thinking both dark mode, and so let's just go to this. Okay, so here the text supposed to be like in the dark. Let me just put here dark. Text is supposed to be straight, maybe 300. Okay, text 300. Now the hover in the dark, so dark hover, okay, it's supposed to be like bg straight 600. Let's see. And I feel like Okay, just like make it rounded. Just make it rounded and let's see. Okay. Very much does no padding, but I think that just like works for now. Okay, just look at the height of this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. I think that gap is so big. The gap, which gap? Gap here. And they are more small, I guess. Just give it a class of text sm and let's see. Yep, so this reduces the text. Okay. Now this one cannot remain white. Okay. Let's just look at it. So it has to be in the dark. Just give it BG slate 700, and then the text. Can have text slate maybe just like 800, and then in the dark text slate 100 in the dark. And then for the border, and I think the background of this shouldn't be so dark like that. And just give it this. The BG dark. I think it's taking this. Okay, I'm just going to be vice versa, just this one to have the BG dark. Okay, and then this one in the dark. Okay, just remove this. In the dark, let's just change this one to maybe 600, and we see. Okay, so maybe needs to be 700. 700. Okay, so that border needs to change this one. So just see in the dark border has to be border gray, maybe 600. It has to change. Okay, yep. So we have something like this. We just keep refining it until we get maybe a nice spot, but for now I just like move with that. Okay, I just move with that. Okay, so just focus on now on the carousel. Now there is one I just need to use that is really easy to use. I think it is called Nuka. We just might just use others down there, but for the hero section we can just have the simple one. Just come in and say Nuka. Just say Nuka Carousel. I think this is by, you can just come here by Formidable. So just click on this Nuka Carousel from Formidable. Just going to try out this one. I think I ever used it once. Now I've been using a lot of Swiper. If you have seen my videos, like this why we have Swiper, and we may just try to look around and see. So there is this. This is the Nuka. Okay, so just go ahead and try to see how this one works. So step number one, I think, is installation, introduction. Then I say installation, just npm install, copy this. And I'm sorry for the croaking, for the cock. That cock is always in my videos. I'm sorry for that, guys. But they just move on. npm install Nuka Carousel. Just go ahead and install it. They say here Nuka Carousel has a peer dependency on React 18. Okay, I think we already have in React 18. And I just like the simplicity. You cannot imagine that with only this code this should work. That is like insane. They just go ahead and create a component. Okay, I'm just going to create a component and put this code and see if we can just make it work. So just going to create here in the front end. So in the front end, I'm just going to create a file. I'm just going to name it as hero carousel. I'm just going to name it as hero carousel.jsx. Okay, and say rfc. If I just paste this code we have here, I'm just going to change this. Okay, I'm just going to change this and say export default function. Okay, I'm just going to say export default function, and the function is going to be hero carousel. Okay, and this is just a function, just like that. The word default is default. Okay, export default function hero carousel, and then we have this carousel from Nuka Carousel here. Now we just need to put some images here. Now I think I have some images. Let me see. Just want to get some images to use. Just go in the downloads. Let me just check in my downloads why they have banners. You can just go ahead and download some banners too for dummy. let me just Control C, copy that, and just go into the public. Okay, just go to this public folder. In this public folder, and then I'm just going to paste these banners. Okay, so I have the banners. You can easily get these images or the banners from any website. You can just go to, for instance, Jumia. Just go and say Jumia. That's why you go to mine. So just go to Jumia. Simply go to Jumia here, and then you can just simply right click and save these ones. Okay, you can simply save like these ones, and you might just like feel like adopting like this Jumia version, whereby we have 3 instead of having 2. We can just like have 3. We shall see that in a near future. If we can just have some links on top here. Okay, so I've just in my public I have the banner. Let's just go ahead and put these images here. So I'm just going to say slash, just say banners, and then inside the banners we have 1 2 3 like that. So just going to say banners /1.png. okay, so just simply copy this. I'm just going to 2 around 3 4 and then 5. I don't know how many do I have. I also have 5. Okay, 5 or 6. Okay, I have 5. So just come here, change this to 2 3 4 then 5. You can't imagine just like this is the only code you need. It is just insane. Okay, I'm just going to come here and then plug it in here where we have 2 thirds here. I'm just going to go ahead and say Hero Carousel, as simple as that, and let's see if we have the carousel. Just see and wait. I don't know what is going to happen. And just wait and see. Okay, so use client directive on top. Okay, since we are using the client side, okay, just on top here, just going to have use client. Okay, okay, so now let's just wait and see. Let's just wait and see if we have. Yep, so we have our slider here. You can see it has next and previous already just working, and it also have the dots here already on the bottom here. They are working. Okay, so the first thing of course we have the problem with is the width. So it comes and it takes, I think, the width of the images. Now let's just look at this just in a second to add some stuff. If you go back this side, okay, now just look at the API. So API has some things here. For instance, there is adaptable height. Set the carousel adaptable to adapt its height to the visible slides. Default is false. So you could just like pass adaptable. I don't know if this is more important. The one I just want to just do is autoplay. Okay, so just simply add autoplay. So I'm just going to go here on this Hero Carousel. I'm just going to give it autoplay, just like that. I don't know if that is just enough to make it auto to do autoplay right now. Let's just wait and see. Okay, just wait and see if this is going to move. Do I need it to? Okay, I think it is not like working. Oh, okay. Yeah, so it is working. I don't know if it reaches at the end. Does it go to the beginning? Seems like it just gets like stuck at the end. Okay, just look at more here. Maybe that is another thing. Okay, so we have autoplay, we have also autoplay interval, a number, and here by default is 3 seconds. I think 3 seconds is okay. Carousel ID, cell align. So they say enum, so left, center, right. For the when displaying more than one slide, sets which position to anchor the current slide. Default is left. Okay, the default is left of the current slide. Is it the reason why it is leaving this space? You can see that it is on the left. It's supposed to finish this whole width. Let me just go ahead and maybe cell align, then a number representing pixels for spacing between. Class name, now we have this class name to the slider frame. Okay, just pass in like the class name and see. So you can just pass in here a class name, and for instance, oh, so this one is for the frame. For instance, we can just say rounded, like MD, and we will just like also overflow hidden. Okay, like that is will be the frame. Let's see that. Let me just move this nearby here. Yeah, so you can see like it has rounded it. That's great. I'm just going to go and keep on moving. Default controls config, a configuration to apply custom classes, and styles the default controls. Okay, so this one is just nice. Default config, I would want to know the default config. Like I would want to style differently these controls. Okay, they disable a boolean to disable animation on the carousel. Default value is false. Okay, dragging, it is draggable already. Easing, okay, let's just see. Default pause on hover is true. So a boolean to autoplay when the mouse hovered over the cursor. Default value is true. Then there is a ref. You can even just add like your own controls if you wanted. Let's first look at this config. A configuration object to apply classes and styles the default container, navigation, buttons, and progress dots. This configuration object also lets you add additional event handlers to each of the navigation items, click handlers. Okay, so we have all these ones. I'm not sure if I am supposed to apply just an object default control config just like that. They did not put anywhere how to, they're supposed to apply the usage. How do I just do I just simply copy this or what? For instance, next button class name, next this, just do this. I'm just going to copy this object, just copy this, and you just say here const. I'm just going to first paste it and then change this. This is like an interface of TypeScript const. Just going to say const a const, and then you say default config is equal to, so just pass in this. There's container class name. Do I need the container? I just need this next button. This one which has the button, the paging, page go to container, page previous button. I need all these classes, and then on click, these ones I don't want them. Okay, just for testing purposes. Okay, let me just remove and just make these ones just like this, and put commas. First of all, put commas just like that. I'm just like testing. I've never just used this, guys. Just testing if we can just have like more custom over this. Okay, so for instance, we have this container. I'm just going to make all these ones, so just like we can just like give our own classes. Okay, just like that. Okay, just remove these question marks, then just remove all these question marks, just remove them like that. Add this. Okay, so we have now, let's first see. I'm just going to say here config. I'm just going to say this one as config. So I have container class name. Okay, like this container, just give it a border, for instance, border red like 500, and just like make it like border 4, maybe see if it makes change. Then we have this next button and next button style, CSS properties, next button, maybe just use this. Then next button text, they just say here React node, so you can even just put like a p tag, I think, here, but just keep it. For instance, I just say next btn, just for purposes of testing. Okay, then paging dot, these ones I want to give it paging dots. I just like need, like if I just give it like margin right of 2. Okay, Then like these styles, I don't want the styles, just remove others. The container here, I would apply flex on this instead actually, but just first leave it styles, just leave the styles. Previous button class name, okay, then previous button styles, and then the text, and just going to say prev button btn, and let's just see. So if I just want to apply this config file, what was the property, let me just go back. So this one was render, this one was something here. Let me just go up here. It was under what? I think it's this default config. So just pass this. Let's pass this just like that. Carousel space default config, and we're just going to say this one is equal to config. Just like that. I don't know if this will just change something. Just go and see. Yeah, this actually works. Okay, so we have the button. You can see how weird they have become. Like they have this, but they are, I think it's just only on the controls. Okay, that is good. Okay. So for the text, I just don't need to rename it really. I'm just going to remove this text, and then we go back to the default one. Okay, first of all, can I make it rounded? So here on the container, just say make it rounded full. Okay. Okay, so can I give it a width and height? So if I just say, for instance, width 10, height 10. Okay, make sure just like we just put the ones which are there. Okay, let me just see now. Okay, what if, okay, so what if I want to use icons? Okay, so if you remember in this object, they said the next button, let's just take this to the next level, guys. If you remember in the API, they said on the next button text, they said it is a React node. They just try to push this here. What if I put something like this? Let me just see. What if I just go and get an icon? Okay, let me just come here and I just say chevron. We have chevron, right? Okay, we have like this icon. So this is the chevron icon. So just cut this, and I just take it and I add it here. For instance, on the next, just add this. This doesn't feel right. Okay, I'm not so sure. It doesn't feel right. Let's just go and see what is going to happen. Probably an error. Wow, so this, guys, it works. Okay, so just go and we have just changed the icon inside there. Okay, and that's great. So I'm just going to also copy this and then change to this one and just give it chevron just left. I think here just going to check this to maybe left. Okay, and then I should just have a left icon. Okay, so guys, you're seeing how we just customizing this by ourselves. Okay, that's great. Now we just need to this container here. First of all, I'm also going to give it overflow. Okay, just going to say overflow hidden. Okay, and maybe the bg. First of all, this border now, I might just want to remove the border or just make it just like 1 pixel. Okay, so for just like 2, or just leave it just like that. I just might need to give it a bg slate, maybe 800. Okay, let's just see now. Okay, so that's great. That looks nice. Okay, I like this, guys. I like this. Okay, so now the only problem we have this is like, are we having this I don't know, like, what is this thing at the bottom? Is it because I gave this string? Let me just first for this for the paging, let me first remove them. The only thing, let me just remove also that border. I don't think I need the border. Just remove it, this border we have here. Now the only problem we have is that this is working at the same, I don't know why. Okay, this bottom one, it is the container class name. There is this page container. Can I just give this one a class name like bg green 400, just to see where this one is located. Okay, so we're not seeing it anywhere. Okay, we had managed to actually style the button, only that now okay, so let me just do this. If I just put off this one, okay, some of these things, just put them off and let's just see what happens. Okay, so now I can see that I have my icons and at the same time I have these ones. Okay, that's great. Okay, so for the actual dot, there is this dot class name. I don't know if I just increase the width to 4 and height to 4. If what does this one do? Oh, okay, so that one just increases the container. I just want to just select an individual dot. I think there is no way you can select an individual dot. But wait, like the icons had increased in size. Let's see. I just make it like 8 and see. Okay, they just remain the same size. I think you can just like inspect this. I don't know which class is that. Okay. But I just leave them like at 4, and then this bg, we can just remove this bg. Okay, so the dots are okay. The one that is always just like black, that is okay. Okay, that one is we can just leave it like that. Now, so in this thing here we did, I'm just going to put back, but this time I'm just going to remove the bg. Let's see what happens. And this one disappears. I don't know how that container is related to this one, but definitely they're just like related, and I think it's because of this overflow, maybe. Still they are not there. Let me basically remove this container class name. Okay. So it means like you can just put this one maybe on the custom buttons, because we have this previous button like this. So if I just like previous button and I just say rounded full, what happens? Oh, okay, so just put it on this just on the custom button instead of putting it on the container. So just like this. Okay, so that's great. Okay, that's great. We have this looking extremely nice, guys. I like how we have customized that, and now you can just remove now all excess things we have just used it. Okay, now this page container, I don't need this also, but at least you have seen how we have done that. Now one thing that is still bothering me though is this this one here, but I think it is using the actual width is using the actual width of the is occupying the actual width of the what, of the slides. Okay, you can see that the images, I don't know if you can just go ahead like this image, and let's give it like, for instance, a class name. Okay, so if we just give it a width of full, let's just see if we give them something like this. I just give them something like this, and let's see if this will just solve our problem. Yep, so solve our problem, though it increases the height. Okay, it increases the height. I don't know if this is okay, just like that. Okay. Yep. Now I just want to, what do I want to do? This is looking nice. I like it. We could just go ahead and you can just also see here, you have all these, even you have even the goat slide, the previous slide, next slide. You have all the control here, but you may just not know how to use it, but absolutely here we have control. I've seen. Then just go down. And just like, you can even control the speed, the number set, animation duration, and transition speed. Default is 500. Then there's a style property, swiping, there is tabbed, without control, able to remove and hide all controls. Okay, that one we just want them. Then there's wraparound, a boolean to enable wraparound mode, where the cursor can infinitely navigate forward and backward. Okay, so just have to put this one, wraparound. Okay, so I'm just going to come here and add this one called wraparound. Just like that, it should now be moving just like that. Then zoom scale, a number to set, a scale zoom when animation is set to zoom. The number should range from 0 to 1. The default is 0.85. A number to set the scale of zoom when the animation type. And then how do we set the animation type? Did we even look at that? Animation type? Maybe just see it. Then there is default control configuration. Then there is also this control render functions. A number set to the number of slides. Set to the number of slides. Oh, okay, slide count. Oh, so if you set like 2, they just like try to if I come and I say slide count and I set this to 2, let's just see what happens. And you can see this one right now is it reaches at the end and it then starts again. Just go, so you can see when you reach at the end, it starts again. This is because of wraparound. Now the one of slide count, I'm not seeing here. Slide count 2 is not doing anything. Okay, that one is just going to leave it. I don't know how that one works. Then there's paging dots indices, an array. Set the indices of the active slides. Next slide, previous slide, goat slide, easing. I think they are the ones we have exploited them. There are so many others here, I guess. Scroll mode, speed, style, swiping. I think they are the ones we have really gone through. I think that's enough. You can see we have our carousel nice and clean. I like this. Okay, like this. And if you look at the simplicity of this, okay, if you look at the simplicity of this, it is really amazing. Okay, I like the simplicity. Now we could just turn this into a link. Let's turn one. So just going to say a link. Okay, just the next link, and then inside, of course, you're going to have the image. Okay, just have your class name and also the href. Okay, just say hash. Now this is just going to turn this into a next image, just like that. And by the way, you could just leave them as images, but just use the next image. Then you have source, then you have to go and see the width. You can see the width here. Where is the project? We have the banners. Let's see the width of the banners and height. So we have 712 by 384, 712. So width is 712, and then the height is 384, I guess. Was it that the height? Just cross all these other ones. Cross. Just leave this one. 384. Yeah. So just have this, and we expect it to still work the same. Let's just see. You should have no any problems. Yeah, so you can see this is a link and still just like behaves the same. So you can just simply replace all the things with this. Okay, so I'm just going to duplicate, add it on this one, just change this to 2, and then add it on this one and add it 3. Just make it 3, and just like make it this. This is going to be 4, and then finally just going to have this one 5. Okay, just go ahead and see. Okay, so everything is still now working, but there are links now. If you hover on it, it is a link. Okay, so these ones are going to make the banners. They be the banners. Okay, just go to this to the light mode. Okay, so yeah, so far we have this the carousel working really nicely. So what we have to do, I think we just end from here, but then in the next episode, okay, I'm just going to go just a second. This one I'm just going to give it, let me see the padding on top how it is. I think padding on top is okay, but let's give it margin bottom. Let's say margin bottom like 6. Okay, just add some space, or whichever section just to put, just like add some padding anyways. But this is looking absolutely amazing, so we just like look forward to how to continue making it really look nice. Okay, so thank you for watching this episode. We have started on the front end, as you can see, in a very high gear. Okay, we're just going to continue making on the front end. When we finish it, we'll be just working it with our back end. Okay, or like the dashboard, we'll be just working hand in hand. Okay, I'm just looking for the categories here in a second. So in the hero section, and this one for the categories, we will also at some point make it a component. This one, for now we might just leave it like this, but we definitely just going to make it a component at some point. I just want to simply increase these ones to reach down. Okay, and you can see this, the height. Do we have this what is this here? Let me just give the see the height. So this height here, just remove it. Now just put height auto. Okay, just put height auto. Okay, it will just like, oh, we don't want to have that. Just have this limited maybe to actually 300 pixels, the way we had put. Okay, just I don't know what is this space here for. I'm not so sure. Okay, but I just like we'll just figure it out. We'll just figure it out, this black space that we are having here. Okay, I don't know if it is just like triggered by this, but it's not being occupied, all of it right now. Okay, so but at the end of this episode, we have a good feeling, and we're just having the website starting to come to it is starting to coming to life, and I think you're enjoying every bit and every step of it. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next episode.